Well, all right. What's up, everybody? It is your buddy CJ here, coming at you live from Pinehurst, North Carolina. Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. We're on location in the Sandhills of the Carolinas. Pinehurst. What is Pinehurst known for, people? Pinehurst is primarily known for golf. Now, I am not a golfer. Let me tell you something. I got no interest in golf. I am not here for golf. I'm not here for sport. What am I here for? I am here for an automotive event. Now, Sandhills Motoring has an annual automotive expo event. Used to be known as Sandhills Motoring Festival, I think. Happens Memorial Day weekend every year. I've never been to it, but a friend of a friend at another automotive event the other night, who's one of the organizers, said, "Hey, CJ, why don't you come out to Sandhills? We have a cars and coffee type event." And I said, "Hey, that sounds great. Why not? Let's check it out." Listen, everybody knows where the cars are. That's where your buddy CJ is. And where your buddy CJ is, that's where the party is, people. Come on, we have fun. They know I bring the party. They know I bring the personality. Come on. Guys, you know, I took a bit of a road trip today. Pinehurst, North Carolina. It is a beautiful day. And this is a lovely town. I got to tell you, absolutely beautiful town. I've never been to Pinehurst. Again, I'm not a golf guy. You know, like to me, golf, it's just not my kettle of fish. I have played golf, but I've also driven high-performance sports cars. And ever since I drove high-performance sports cars, I realized that it's much better than golf. And don't worry, people. If you're into golf, you know, and this offends you, give me a call. Reach out to your buddy CJ. I will help you out. I will introduce you to the automotive hobby and get you in a high-performance car. Guys, you know I'm having fun. I always do. Let's go check out these cars. Let's meet some of the people. Let's see what they're bringing out. I see some cars coming in already. It's a beautiful day to be out here. Sandhills Motoring, Cars and Coffee, Pinehurst, North Carolina. Come on, let's have some fun. All right, guys, Sandhills Motoring, Cars and Coffee. Here we are, Pinehurst, North Carolina. Just walking in. It's still early. The event hasn't officially started, but they all coming in, and your buddy CJ's checking them out. Now, I got to be careful I don't get run down here. What do we got coming in here? It sounds good. Look at the MG in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Let me tell you something. They got them all coming in here. A beautiful town. We got this Morgan. Look at the Morgan. How cool is that? Beautiful, right? And this is a real enthusiast car. Look at this here. It's a chilly morning, but the sun is out. And no top on this car. This guy is just enjoying the hobby the old-fashioned way. He barely got a windscreen on this car. Are you kidding me? Look at the windshield wipers. Come on, guys. The wire wheels. She's a beauty. Let's keep going. Listen, we got a Porsche 911 992. Looks like GT silver to me. If I had to guess, it is a Carrera. They say Carrera is a baseline 911. They are all perfect sports cars, period. They're all great. Now, we got a Ferrari here. Let's take a look at the Ferrari. Shout out to this guy for actually driving his Ferrari. Many of the guys don't. They don't put miles on them. I don't know why, people. Let's get a good wide angle. What do we got here? 430, if I'm not mistaken. Italian sports cars in Pinehurst, North Carolina, with some American pony cars. We got a Mustang GT. You got the Coyote engine on display. Don't worry, JDM guys, we got you covered. Looky look. What do we have here? Now listen, look under this hood. RB26. Look at the intakes. Look at the air cleaners. What do we got going on here, people? Think she's modded or what? JDM, he got right-hand drive. Look at that, guys. What do you think? What do you think? I'm already pleased with what I'm seeing here in Pinehurst. Skyline. GTR. How's that exhaust pipe? He's out of Virginia. Clearly got some mods on this. Okay. I know you JDM boys like them Skylines. Let's keep going. Look next door. More JDM. Right-hand drive. What do we got? The Mitsubishi Mivec. Who knows what that is? I don't know what it is. News to me. You guys tell me in the comments. But it is cool. The Mitsubishi coming in from Japan. Let me tell you something. You don't see these on the road, SUV people. We see a lot of white SUVs. But we don't see a lot of white SUVs like this. So I don't know if these two guys came together, but they are both what's known as Japanese domestic market JDM, which means they're manufactured for Japan, okay? And then eventually imported into the United States. That's probably what's going on here. I'm not that familiar with these, but I know enough to know that the Pajero, look at this, Pajero Evolution out of South Dakota. I know enough to know that this was made for another market and brought into the US. Pretty cool. We got some Mopar madness, the lowered Hellcat. He getting wild out here. He's on air, looking sharp. We got another one. They love putting them on air, huh? They got them bagged out. People. Look at them deep dish wheels. They dished out. You guys like that look? I like it. Now, this may be a wrap, or it may be a matte finish. I think it's a wrap. Kind of a matte finish. Kind of unique. I like this one. If you can't tell, I'm looking at this one more than I'm looking at this one. This one is okay. I'm not nuts about maroon cars personally, but the finish on this one, I dig that. Guys, we've got a modular engine, 4.6 liter Mustang GT from another era. Who remembers the mod engine Mustangs? I had one of these. This is a manual or auto. This happens to be an automatic. But these cars kind of making a comeback. I like the bullet wheels. I've always been a fan of the bullet wheels. My car had the bullet wheels as well. This is not a functional hood scoop, but it looks very cool. And this car looks to me like it's unmolested, which I like to see. A lot of these got messed with. People bought them. They put, oh gosh, they put the Cobra front fascia on it. They messed with them. This one looks like a survivor. And I like the convertible. Just a nice cruiser, right? Now look at this here. A lot of you boys like them trucks. 1986. The square body coming in. We got them all coming in here. Pinehurst, North Carolina. The place to be for cars and coffee. We're not here for golf. We're here for the cars. Guys, what do you think? We'll take another pass at the front row here. I like the diversity. We got the Skyline. We got the JDM. Another Mustang. Let's come back and look at that Ferrari. She's looking good, the 430. Okay. Scuderia. Let me tell you, Scuderia. Come on. Cool car, right? The Porsche. There's no substitute for Porsche. Many people regard it as the ultimate sports car, the 911, and I don't argue with that. I've been looking at 911s lately, people. Your buddy CJ is going to get another 911 very soon, my friends. More to come on that. Here we are, Sandhills Motoring, cars and coffee, the place to be on a Sunday morning in the Carolinas. Come on, let's keep going. All right, guys, let's keep going. What do we got here? A little bit of controversy, perhaps, this morning, and a little bit of fun, because you know that's what we're all about. But the Lexus LC500. You know, here's a car, hard to argue that this is a beautiful car. And it is. Lexus performance car. I call this the Lexus Corvette. That's right, your buddy CJ calls the LC500 the Lexus Corvette. Now, the issue that I have with this car, maybe what I see as a bit of the downside, I think it lacks a bit of presence. That's just me. But I do think that they are beautiful cars, and certainly the luxury factor is there. Okay, but two things. One, if I'm going to buy a performance car I'd say in this category, in this bracket, I want something a bit more aggressive. And I think the edge is what's missing from the LC500. Now, when you buy something like an LC500, you're going for that Lexus luxury coupled with performance. So I get it, right? I totally get it that might be your jam. But for me, it's just not my thing. And I do think they are very beautiful cars. I haven't driven one. I'm sure the tech is great, the performance is great, the reliability is great, all these things. I love the grille on these. Look at that. Is that not cool? Is that not unique? The thing I do like about these, you know your buddy CJ's not a hater. I just give it to you straight always. But what I will say is I like the unique factor. A very unique car. You do not see many of these. You might see 10,000 Corvettes, Porsches, Mustangs, BMWs. You won't see one of these in 3 months. It is a unique and fairly rare car to see. And look at this color. You gotta like yellow. I would not buy a yellow car. It's just not me. But some cars look good in yellow. I was looking at a Ferrari in yellow a couple years ago. Some other stuff. But anyway, listen, the car is striking. It stands out. But let's keep going. What do we got here? Look at the Honda. This is the Honda answer to the Miata. Come on, the S2000. Now that's a cool little car, people. The S2000. If I could fit in an S2000, I would have bought one. Now, the Honda S2000 is a car that looks good in yellow. You guys know what I'm talking about. Leave me comments. This Mustang coming in here. He coming in modded. You hear that? She's sucking air, cuz. She breathing nitro. He ain't messing around. Come on. They're bringing them all in here. Pinehurst, North Carolina. Look at a classic Corvette. 427. These cars, I'll tell you what. Say what you will. You either love Corvettes or you don't. These classic second generation Corvettes have continued over the years and decades to not go out of style. They are highly desirable in the collector's market. Watch any auction, okay, whether it's Meckham or any of the others, Barrett Jackson, you're gonna see Corvettes crossing the block for big bucks. And they are always an enthusiast favorite. This looks like a 67. How do I know that? Because the license plate says 67. You see, your buddy CJ, he's gonna be honest with you. He's gonna give you the facts. Look at the interior, come on. She's beautiful. It's that 427. Imagine cruising around in your 67 Corvette all these years later. Now, what do we got here? We got listen, this is a real Hummer. This is a H1, 6.5 liter turbo diesel. Look at that thing. Yo, if he pulls up behind you at a light, just move aside. Don't mess around. This thing's big, cuz. Look at the tires. Look at this. Them tires come up to my waistline. That's crazy. Guys, this thing's a beast. Look at it. It looked like you could put the Corvette underneath the Hummer. Hummer started out as the Humvee, the military vehicle. And remember Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Governator, cruising around in his cigar in the Hummer. I did a whole episode on the history of the Hummer. Some of you may have checked that out. Check it out. It's a good episode, I promise you. He got LEDs in it. He's made some updates. I've always thought about getting a Hummer, a real Hummer, an H1. But I don't know. I don't know if that's for me. Now, come on. Ferrari, he nosed it in. Now, come on, cuz. You got to back it in. You gotta back it in. But that's the right color. I like this, it's unique. It's not like every other red Ferrari. I don't know what they call this color. It's like a blue mist is what I would call it. But she's absolutely beautiful. It's a Portofino, I think. I believe this is a Portofino, which was came after the California. And I think the Portofino was a step in the right direction. Outside of the California, I've never driven a Portofino. I've driven Californias multiple times. You know, kind of, the idea here is it's a Ferrari you could drive every day. They got the dual clutch transmission, got the engine out front. This is not a mid-engine Ferrari, okay? Dude, you came in kind of close on that curb. Gotta be careful, cuz I'm looking out for you. Don't scrape the lip. But I think this blue is just awesome in the Ferrari. It's not like every red Ferrari or yellow Ferrari that you see. This is something a little bit different. So what do you guys think? Ferrari Portofino, that's a sharp one. That's a good color. That's a good color, that's a good spec. Now here's the back of this massive, massive H1. Let me tell you something. You go to the grocery store in your H1, you're gonna be the only one. They're gonna be moms and minivans, and you're gonna have your H1. Remember these, the Pontiac GTPs from another area. Pontiac's big thing, this happens to be a Grand Prix. Pontiac was big on supercharging in this era, and this is a supercharged car. Look at this here. You see that? Supercharged GTP. This here is a performance car from another era. And not a lot of these survived, in my observation. And Pontiac had the best interiors, in my view, from this era. Very cool cars. V6, supercharged, Pontiac here in Pinehurst. Let's keep going.
One owner, original paint.
One owner and original paint.
2001.
2001. God bless you. 24 years old, she's still running.
Keep it going. Put every buck I have in it that needs it, and it'll last me the rest of my life.
I love it. I love it. And too bad Pontiac's no longer with us, but this GTP is.
And the interiors never went around. I don't know what kind of leather they used back then.
Good quality.
Oh.
American, coming out of Detroit. Let me tell you something. This man's got his 24-year-old Pontiac GTP. She's looking good. And what do we got here? Oh man, I wish I could fit in this car. She's looking sharp. Little mini. Look at that. You could fit this car inside of the Hummer. Cool little car, people. Austin Cooper S. Look at that. 1981 Mini, it says. It says VTEC. I don't know if it has a VTEC in it. It probably does. It does have a VTEC. This man's modded this car. Don't be fooled. Now we got to go look. Look at this here. He put the Honda engine in it. Are you kidding me? Man. Absolutely incredible. You never know what you're going to see. Pinehurst, North Carolina. The little Mini, don't be fooled. She's got Japanese power under the hood. And I bet you it's a blast to drive. Let's keep going. Now for many, this is the ultimate generation of the 911. These have gotten so hot in recent years. Man, look at that. Guards red. That is the color you want, people. Red is the fastest color. Look at it. Look at the brake light. Look at the brake light. Is that something? Is that cool? The Carrera 2. Absolutely beautiful car. This man's driving this car, enjoying it here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Oh my gosh, these are so hot and collectible right now. But Porsche guys gonna drive. They're gonna drive their cars. It's not gonna sit in the garage. That's what I like about them. And listen, who's having more fun than you with your Porsche 911 convertible, air-cooled, here in Pinehurst, North Carolina? Now look at this here. Speaking of high-tech Porsche, on the other end of the continuum, the Taycan 4S. It's a high-tech car right here. Big, beautiful, seating for the whole family. And it's a Porsche, and she's beautiful. Let's step aside. There's a lot of guys here hanging out. We'll get out of the way. The BMW. M-Power. Woo! She's ready to go. She's looking good. Look at that grill.
You guys put the pictures online?
I do put pictures online from time to time. Yes, sir.
I was just curious because he said he saw my car in there. I said, I didn't.
This one, the BMW?
Yeah, I think I saw it last month.
No, I wasn't here last month, but I'm going to post this video. I'll post it to the group for sure. She's a beautiful car. I love it. Beauty, beauty. Clean. Now, look here, guys. My man's got a manual transmission. Some of you guys say, save the manuals. Our buddy here with the Z4, he got the manual transmission. He got 3 pedals in this car. I bet you this is a blast to drive. You got all the comforts and high tech of a modern car, and she's a manual. So don't tell me you can't find a manual. You still can. Now, you cannot find a manual Corvette anymore, brand new out of the factory. We got a Corvette C8 Stingray. What do they call that? Red Mist. Yeah, I think that's a Red Mist. You know, I prefer the Torch Red. That's just me. But Red Mist or Edge Red is a cool color, and it's popular with some folks. The high-tech C8. Now, what is this? Guys, leave me comments. I don't know what this is, but we're going to look around. We're going to look around. Your buddy CJ doesn't know what I'm looking at here. It's a wagon. It's a wagon, people. She's a dragon wagon. Is this a Buick? I don't recognize the badge. It's an Opel. So you got me confused, man. I don't know what I'm looking at. Did you import this?
I converted it.
You converted it. So this was what?
This is a Buick,
This was the Buick. I thought so.
but it was built in Europe.
Okay.
So I bought the parts from Europe
To make it an Opel.
to make it open.
Very cool. Well, you got a unique car.
Yeah.
You threw me off with this. I saw the badge. I said, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
How is it? I know Buick only made these briefly and brought them to the U.S. How is it? You like it?
Yeah. I had this for since 2020. 5 years. It's got about 180,000.
So you driving it?
It's got clean title. So
Nice. And you're keeping it clean. I see you're wiping her down.
on the interior, I got to dust it off. It's dark interior. So.
I like it. It's a cool car because most people like me will not know what it is. That's what I like about it. Many people don't even know Buick made these and brought them into the U.S. All right, you got the black interior. Very cool. Yeah, one thing about black is she's hard to keep clean. All right, well, good talking to you, brother. Thank you. All right, guys, come on back over here. We'll look at the Ferrari again. He got the engine bay open. This is what it's all about, right? You got your Ferrari V8. She's naturally aspirated. Come on. What do you guys think? The 430? And we'll go up high and look at his interior. He's got the windows up and the tint. It's a good looking car, man. Come on, let's keep going. We are here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. We're looking at cars. Beautiful Mustang. Is that a 64, a 65? You guys tell me. Absolutely beautiful. Hurting my eyes from the shine. My man keeps his cars clean. Woo! Mustang boys, what do you think? Beautiful car. We're gonna walk around it. Okay. This is a show car here, people. This is absolutely beautiful. Like an automatic transmission. Look at the interior. Looks like it's been updated. He's got cup holders. You know your buddy CJ loves cup holders. We got a Porsche 911 Targa. It's a 4S. Let's go look at that. Oh, he's getting away from me. We got the Corvette, bright yellow, looking sharp. Woo! And then we go back to a C3. We got a C3 Corvette too. We got them all. Guys, come on. Pinehurst, North Carolina. Let's keep going. Okay, guys. McLaren 720S, Pinehurst, North Carolina. These cars are ridiculously fast. If you've never driven a McLaren, I would liken it to more similar to a Porsche 911 than some of the other supercars. They are just ridiculously fast. I'll get out of the way here. McLaren 720S, one of the fastest cars on the road. Latest one being the 750S, which is a bit of an evolution of this car, okay? But you can't go wrong. 720S, 750S. They changed the pricing structure completely when they went to the 750S. I think it's a little over the top. 720S is your sweet spot. This is the one you want. This gentleman's got the Spider. About as much fun as you can have legally on the road with your McLaren 720S. Beautiful car. And then we'll step back in time and we'll look at the Ferrari 360. This happens to be what they call the Modena or the hardtop. And again, with this blue, I'm not sure what they call it, okay? This color is so unique, so beautiful. Not like, you know, what do you think of when you think of a Ferrari? You think of a red sports car. You think of Magnum PI, but not this. Look at the color. How beautiful and classic and classy is this? A bit more sophisticated. Come on, your buddy CJ said it. Come on, cuz, she's sophisticated. Now, the one thing, when you look at a 360, you look at those headlights, takes you back to that 90s, early 2000s era, in my view, which I think is kind of cool. Just reminds me of that era. Can't mistake a 360 when you see it. Very cool cars. What do you guys think? Now, look, American muscle. We got the Hellcat. We got the Hellcat. Thank God he took his bumper guards off, his yellow guards off the spoiler. We wouldn't tolerate that now, would we? Come on, we having fun. Look at the Fox body Mustang coming in. Sneaking in. Cool little car. Let me tell you something. We'll check that one out later. Guys, here we are. Pinehurst, North Carolina. In the Sandhills of the Carolinas. We looking at cars and coffee. This is the place to be with your buddy CJ. Come on, let's keep going. Okay, guys, I'm speechless. I don't know what this is. It's a Saab. Look at this thing. You never know what you're gonna see at the Cars and Coffee. Are you kidding me? Leave me comments if you know what this thing is. An incredible little car. Listen, I love coming to these events, different locations across the country, because you're gonna see something unusual. And I'm a car guy all my life. I've never seen anything like this. The little Saab and Porsche, Ferrari, Corvette. I could care less right now. I'm checking out the Saab. Very cool. Guys, leave me comments if you know what this is, and we're gonna keep going. Come on. We got the True Blue Mustang. What else we got here on Main Street? Come on. We got the Roush. Roush charged. She's sucking air, boys. She's sucking air. C3 Corvette. We got the camo. Cuz goes hunting. I bet you Cuz goes hunting. He going for deer in his big truck. We got some buckshot. Look at this here. We must be in the Carolinas. Cuz truck took a shot from buckshot. I told you he's a hunter. I don't know this guy, but I know my big trucks, and I know the Carolinas. We got another C8 Corvette. Now this is a non-Z51 car. How do I know? CJ, how do you know so much? CJ, you're so knowledgeable about cars. Listen, no chin spoiler, dead giveaway. Okay, let's keep going. Somebody needs to fix your alarm. Yo, fix your alarm, cuz. And no rear wing. This is a non-Z51. This is that green color that Chevrolet came out with, kind of unique. And bro in the Mustang needs to fix his car alarm. Anyway, thank you, buddy, for fixing that. It's a clean look. A non-Z51 car is going to be a clean look. It's not quite as aggressive. Camaro sneaking out. Hear it chop, 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 chop. The non-Z51 car is definitely a cleaner look, not as aggressive, but kind of sleek. And this greenish, grayish color is really unique. Chevrolet came out with it. C8 Corvette here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Come on, let's keep going. Z06 C7. Here's that tall truck, that 86 square body. Square body boys, you like them big trucks. I know you do. We got another Mustang Coyote. Come on, let's keep going. More cars coming at you from Pinehurst, North Carolina. Porsche 911 Targa. Targa's a unique spec, unique model. I think if I was going to get another 911, which I will, it might just be a Targa. I like the Targas a lot. You guys like the Jaguar or the Shagwar? Convertible. Hopefully it didn't break down this morning. No, I'm kidding, guys. It's a joke. It's a car guy joke. English cars. I've owned English cars. They have bugs. They have issues, but they're cool and they're beautiful and they're sophisticated. Looking at the Jaguar. Good looking car, right? XKR Jaguar. He's got the top down in the winter in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Oh boy, look at this. Porsche 911 Turbo. That's a 991 or a 991.2. You guys tell me. Nice looking car. And then we got the cool 911 sneaking in behind me with the broken egg headlights. I love it. They've come into their own, people. They've come into their own. When they first came out, everybody complained. You know how car guys are. We complain about everything. Let's look at the front of the 911 Turbo. Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the fastest cars on the road with a lot of luxury and a lot of technology. Porsche 911 Turbo, beautiful. Look at the Ferrari. Guys, we didn't let the Ferrari get away. What do you think? In black. Listen, I love a Ferrari in any color. In the black, you lose some of the lines, I think. You lose some of the edges and lines. But nonetheless, a really cool car. Absolutely beautiful. I'll give you a look at the heart of this demon, this V8. And let's keep going here in Pinehurst, North Carolina, having a blast at Cars and Coffee. More Corvettes in Pinehurst. CA and a C7. Carbon 65 edition Z06, looking sharp. And then what do we got here? It's that little MG that almost ran me over before. No, I'm kidding. Cool little MG. And look at the big Mercedes from another era. Can you pronounce this? Zuffenhausen. Zuffenhausen. What does that mean? Now listen, we got something cool coming in, and I'm gonna show it to you in just a moment as we look at the Mercedes and the MG. We've got another Porsche 911 coming in. You guys tell me, is that cool or what? What's up, buddy? Looking good. GT3. Come on, guys. GT3 buy. That's what his license plate says. That's the one you want, people. That's a good one. He's parking it over there near the Haggerty tent. That's a good looking car, and it'll be even better looking on a track, because that's what it's made for. And if you haven't driven a Porsche 911, you need to, because you'll fall in love with it, I promise you. Very cool car. That's a special one. Come on, let's keep going. We got a Jaguar here. Some people say Jaguar. Not me. I say Jaguar. She's a Jaguar, people. Again, in this blue. Several cars here in this kind of unusual blue. Different manufacturers, different interpretations. I kind of like the blue. You might call it baby blue or a blue mist with metallic. Jaguar XK, another XK. Just a very classy gentleman's performance car. And we've got a C3 Corvette. Look at these hubcaps. I believe they're hubcaps. Yes, they are. What do you guys think about those hubcaps on the C3 Corvette? Look at the interior. She's all blue. Blue, blue, blue. From another era. C3 Corvette. About as much fun as you could have It's a 69, people. How do I know it's a 1969? Because I cheat. And there's 1969 Chevrolet Corvette in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Come on, we still looking. We looking at them all. BMW boys are out here. They got the BMWs. Another C8 Corvette coming in. He in torch red. He got the side skirts. He got the aftermarket wheels. That reminds me of my first C8. Before I got the Z06, I had a very similar car. M3. A lot of you boys love these M3s. I gotta get me a BMW. I gotta find out what all the rage is about. All right, guys. Let's keep looking, cuz. Let's keep looking at these cars here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Beautiful day. Well, guys, the church bells are ringing here in Pinehurst, North Carolina for Cars and Coffee. Can you hear them? Can you hear the church bells? It's beautiful. What a beautiful town. I'll tell you what. This is Americana. It's a gorgeous town. Pinehurst is known for golf, but your buddy CJ is not about that life. I've tried golf, and it is not for me. I'd much rather be here with you people looking at this Porsche 911. Look at this here. Now, listen. Wait a minute. It's a Cayman. I'm sidetracked, people. It's a Cayman. She snuck up on me, people. I ain't shy, and I ain't embarrassed. I'll leave this in. To me, you look twice. You look sharp. It might be a Cayman or a 911 sneaking up on you. Come on, guys. We having fun. You hear the church bells? It's a glorious morning. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Look at this Cobra. We got the Cobra. Is it a real Cobra or not? Well, I don't know. But to me, it looks like a real Cobra. Look at the heads. You can tell by the wide heads, it's a Cobra, right? Those look like Cobra heads. But, you know, a lot of times they mod the GTs so that they look like Cobras. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling you like it is. The Grand Sport is a good spec on the C6 Corvette, in my opinion. As you can see, this is indeed a Grand Sport. And it's in torch red, the fastest color for a Corvette. We got a Bullet. Who knows what a Bullet Mustang is? You don't know about Mustangs if you don't know about the Bullet. This is a Bullet, which is pays homage, pays tribute to the Steve McQueen film from the 1960s, Bullet. And they came out with the Bullet edition, the Bullet wheels, etc. And kind of cool if you're into that kind of thing. Let's keep going. Pinehurst, North Carolina, Cars and Coffee. We finna come look at some more cars. We got a Fox Body Mustang here in green. She looks wild. Everybody checking out the Fox Body. It's got an Eco Boost, cuz. When this pulled in, I could tell it wasn't a V8. And of course, he's got the Eco Boost. Just another way of getting your performance, which is kind of cool. Look at the exhaust. Kind of unique.
It's all
Very cool.
From the front back. I was against that, by the way. I didn't want that. When we looked at it, we couldn't get the exhaust to work anywhere else. We have a race car version. He talking about that car. He very excited about it.
He's louder than me. Come on, guys. We having fun. We having fun out here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. We in the Sandhills. You know about the Sandhills of the Carolinas? They play golf out here, people. Look at this old classic car. We gonna get him backing out. Look at this big beauty. They don't make them like that anymore. 1938 Hudson. Who knows about the 1938 Hudson? He cruising around, cuz. He got the white walls. Look at him go. Out of Vermont. I'm dying of exhaust. She's running rich. Your buddy CJ's dying. I'm choking on the exhaust. Come on, let's keep going, people. Pinehurst, North Carolina. We got them all out here. And we just having a blast. SRT Grand Cherokee. Look at the Beetle coming in. Beetle coming in loud and hot, people. Don't mess with the Beetle. It's a survivor, that little Beetle. Guys, the SRT Grand Cherokee. This man has some modifications, including a roll cage. You got to beware of this Grand Cherokee. I don't know if it's a factory SRT or what. Oh, it looks like it might be. Yeah, it says SRT8 with the exhaust. Okay, centerline exhaust, highly modified. Look at the drag slicks, drag radials, drag slicks. This is a fast vehicle, people. Beware this thing if you see it on the road. She quick and she's fast and she got a roll cage. She does it, I bet. I am sure she does it. Very cool.
Yeah, look at
Not your average grocery getter. Look at the exhaust dump. He got the exhaust dump right here, people. I bet she's loud when she fires up. Shout out to my girl Alicia, who likes these SRTs and these Grand Cherokees. Alicia, that's your next Jeep. Let me keep going, people. The little Nissan convertible. A lot of fun to be had in your 350 or 380Z. And they are still making the Z cars. They brought them back. The new version looks very similar to the older version, previous version. This happens to be a 370Z, and he's got some modified exhaust in that kind of pearlized white. Kind of sharp, right? What do you think? Look at a little BMW. Manual transmission. Look at these sports seats. Your buddy CJ cannot fit in these seats. But those are racing seats, people. I'd have to pull the seat out to sit in it. Come on. Cool little car. This guy probably has a blast with this car. Mountain runs, road course, anything you want. You're gonna have a blast in your little BMW. Here's that big old 1938 classic era pre-World War II car. I mean, give me a break. Where are you gonna see a Hudson? Pinehurst, North Carolina. People, look what we got coming in. Look what we got coming in. Very cool. The old Chevy, we love them, right? We love the old Chevy trucks. We love them all. Come on, guys, let's keep going. Pinehurst, North Carolina. Who's having more fun than us? Nobody.
My wife and
Uh-oh, he's playing music. I don't want a copyright strike. Sir, please turn off your music. All right, guys, here's that Porsche 911 GT3 I was telling you about. Absolutely incredible car. These are highly desirable as collector items and highly desirable as track weapons. And this generation of GT3 is a brutal car. I've driven GT3s, haven't owned one, but these are really cool. Great to see this thing on the road. The man's not keeping it in the garage. He's actually driving it, which is really cool. Here in Pinehurst, North Carolina, what do you guys think? Porsche 911 GT3 in that unique livery color combination. So cool. And the GT3s just kind of exploded. You know, GT3s went wild. After this one came out, really, is when everyone wanted a GT3. And I was just at the Porsche dealership yesterday, and I said, yo, get your buddy CJ an allocation for a GT3. And they said, CJ, we wish we could. It's gonna take a while. So if I buy a GT3, I'm fitting to buy one probably that's been flipped or used. I am thinking about it. The dealership I was at yesterday had a manual transmission. I want a PDK. That's just me. But Guys, Porsche 911 GT3 in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Come on, let's keep going. Okay, guys, what'd you think? Your buddy CJ here is going to be signing off from Pinehurst, North Carolina, Sandhills Motoring, Cars and Coffee. What a great time we had. We saw some incredible cars, okay? It is an absolutely glorious day here in the Carolinas, the middle of winter, and we out here having cars and coffee with some incredible rides, okay? And some really cool people. I will be back. Shout out to the organizers, Sandhills Motoring Club, Pinehurst, North Carolina. I'm fitting to come back for the big event in May. This just give you a bit of a taste. That Mustang got his alarm going off again. Cuz, fix the alarm. Okay, he fixed it. He's having an issue with his alarm. That's it for your buddy CJ here, Pinehurst, North Carolina, Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. Until I see you on the next one, peace.